I was at the cashier and I'm ringing somebody out. I was like, oh, your total is like whatever. He's like, I love your voice. And I was like, pause. Wait, was that really that crazy?
Have you ever stalked someone's profile so hard you accidentally liked an old post?
I'm so glad I didn't get that. I've had little kids be like, oh, I became a deacon because of you. And I'm not saying that to like gain some type of notoriety from like, oh, like I changed these people's lives. Now someone's like, oh yeah, well I dropped out of college and now I'm gonna do content because of you. Wayne, I don't know for sure that God called me to be a content creator or to like whatever, but I know God called me to like influence people to do what it is that they love to do. So whatever it is, if you want to be a priest, if you want to fly planes, if you want to whatever it is, just go do it.
Today we're sitting down with someone who's building a name online through creativity, humor, and storytelling. Tomas Mesafint, known online as Wavytomm, is an Ethiopian content creator and Penn State graduate who's gained attention for his funny skits, lifestyle videos, personal takes, and travel content. From capturing relatable moments to documenting experiences around the world, Tomas has found a way to turn everyday life into entertaining and thoughtful content. In a time where everyone is trying to post, he's someone who's actually figuring out how to create with personality and authenticity. Today we're diving into his process, how he comes up with his ideas, what it's like creating for the internet, and how travel and life experiences shape the stories he tells online. Welcome to the show, Tomas.
Appreciate you for having me.
Of course. Love the content that you make, man.
Thank you.
Very funny. And informative too. You know a lot of things. You're a smart guy.
Appreciate it.
He pulled up here. He knows a lot of knowledge. I'm letting y'all know. But yeah, we got a little game before we dive into the podcast.
All right, bet.
Okay. He has no idea what this game is. I didn't include it into his doc, but
Scaring me with this.
Okay, so it's gonna be a this or that.
Okay.
I'm gonna say two things.
Okay.
You gotta quickly say which one you prefer.
Okay.
But the theme,
Mm-hmm.
I decided to choose traveling.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You got some experience in it.
Yeah.
Drop you quick. Window seat or aisle seat?
I'll see.
Plan the whole trip or figure it out when you get there?
Plan the whole trip.
Plan the whole trip.
Plan the whole trip.
That I actually found surprising because you seem like a free-flowing guy.
I like spontaneous once I'm there, but you can't go out of schedule that. Like plan the whole thing and then like if you want to, you know what I'm saying? You always need at least a backup. But yeah.
Travel solo or travel with friends?
Travel with friends.
Lost luggage or missed flight?
Miss flight.
Street food or fancy restaurant?
Fancy restaurant.
Same. Y'all see the Indian street food with the Coca-Cola?
Absolutely
with
not.
their feet?
No. That's the one place I don't. Yeah, no. Absolutely.
They got the one guy smacking somebody out with oil.
You be doing this? Travel for nature or travel for cities?
Cities.
I'm more for nature.
I respect it.
24-hour flight or 12-hour bus ride? Ooh.
24-hour flight. I've never taken a bus in my life, and I don't think I'm gonna start on a 12-hour one. No.
Have you done a long bus ride in like Ethiopia or something that was like packed?
I mean, I've never been to Ethiopia, but I just wouldn't even. Nah, absolutely. Especially there. Like, why are we gonna start there?
Lose your phone or lose your wallet?
Oh, lose my wallet. Cause like Apple Pay and stuff now, and I have my driver's license on my wallet too. I could just pause on my cards and then.
So you'd rather lose your wallet?
Yeah.
What would I pick? If you think about this, yeah, I'd rather lose my wallet. Yeah, phone I can't do. Nah.
You can't do phone. Cannot.
No GPS or no translation app?
No translation.
No translation.
Because I think people are with hand gestures, like you can like figure out ways to communicate. Food, taxi. You can communicate in gestures even if you can't speak the language. I think GPS, I'll be stuck. If I didn't have GPS, I wouldn't have got here. So.
Are you a GPS dude? Like people say it's not mainly for me to need the GPS.
What do you mean? Oh, like to have a GPS as a
to
man?
have a GPS. Yeah.
No, what? No, like I think like for example, like I can get just through driving. I can, like if I've driven to like for example Tyson's, I've driven to Tyson's. If I don't need GPS to get to Tyson's, but like. Once you get past some certain exits and certain like 495 west, east, south, north, there's no way. I'm not going to make it.
Meet amazing people, but bad location, or amazing location, but boring people?
Meet amazing people. Because people, that's why I like to travel with friends. Because like amazing people can make anything like fun. But if you go to somewhere amazing and it's like you with like Debbie Downers or whatever, it's going to ruin the trip. That's what you're going to remember. So
yeah, valid. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Party trip or peaceful reflective trip?
Party trip. every time.
Party trip.
Party trip. You can reflect 30 minutes. You can go to Shenandoah. You can go to Georgetown, sit by the water. Nah, party trip every time.
Party trip. I'm with that. Solo trip or group trip with 8 people?
Group trip with 8 people.
Really?
I love chaos. I love it.
Wow. Okay.
Because 8 people, I'm not going to cap. One, you're most likely not ever, unless it's with family, not ever going to go in it. I mean, if you do, it's cool. But like, that's a lot of like responsibility, planning and stuff like that, right? So it's like, it'll probably never happen. But if it does happen, that's probably the most fun trip of your life.
If it's good people, yeah.
Yeah. 8 like solid people, like there's nothing can go wrong, you know? But solo trip, I've never been on one like extensively. But
wait, did
like,
you say nothing could go wrong?
On a 8 solid people.
Oh, solid.
I mean,
people. Okay.
something could go wrong. Like something could happen. But I'm talking about like if you have 8 good people, like it's more than likely going to be a good trip. Mm-hmm. You go by yourself, it gets boring. Like I feel like I don't know. That's my gripe about solo trips is because like I'm alone all the time. Like why am I going to be alone somewhere else?
You've done that before, solo trip?
I've like nothing like extensive. Like I've driven to like the beach maybe by myself, but like
that's peaceful.
That's a little more peace, like going to Ocean City or something for a little bit. But like, I've never like left the country, for example, by myself. That's kind of crazy. You feel me? Like, what are you gonna do?
Travel with your funniest friend or your smartest friend? Ooh, I got my answer.
With your funniest friend.
Wow, why?
Because I think I have enough intellectual capability to cover both of us. But if you travel with 2 smart people, it's like, so one of you is not going to convince the other to do something dumb or like funny or like dangerous, whatever. Both of y'all gonna be like, nah, we good. But you travel with your funniest friends, like, nah, for the plot, like, let's do it.
For the Lord.
For the plot. And then he can convince you like, all right, like, you know, but then everything else.
Comfort zone too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But then so someone has to be structured, someone can be a little unstructured. Mm-hmm. That's gonna make the trip for real.
I'm more smart. I need the other smart dude because I want to be the dumb one. I want to make the mistakes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Travel somewhere beautiful but no content or average place with great content?
Average place, great content.
I agree. Yeah. 100%.
Experiences.
Travel with friends or meet random travelers?
I think friends though, because it takes me a while to trust somebody, especially in a new country or new like place you've never been. I want to do that meeting people with friends if I'm gonna meet people. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause it just won't be fun. I'm not gonna drink around you. I'm not gonna do anything. Like I'm not. You know what I'm trying to say? Like nah. We're gonna leave that for the birds.
Do you be meeting like a lot of new people when you travel?
Yeah, like it'll be like, you know, it's crazy. Like it'll be like not new people, but people you've you kind of know on social media and stuff like that, and then you just see them for the first time somewhere else. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, 2 Up Moose so I've never met him before. I've seen him on social media and stuff like that. And then I was in Atlanta. And then we're coming out of like some like function or whatever. And then he's just standing outside the function. Mind you, it's like New Year's in Atlanta. Like, why are you here? But why am I here too? Like, we're both from DC. And I was like, yo, what's up? Dapped them up. And then now we follow each other. So it's like, you'll meet. Wait, what was the question again? Yeah, I don't even know why we talking about this.
I want to hear this. I want to hear the story.
But yeah, nah. So it's like you meet somebody like random in a place that you didn't expect. And now it's like, all right, cool, bet. Now we come back and we're probably going to do something. Or like, it's content at the end of the day. But still, it's like, I think, yeah, meeting new people for sure in random places. I don't even know what the answer to that question was, but I'm just gonna say that.
1 perfect trip or 10 average trips?
1 perfect trip.
Agreed. I feel like do you ever get like homesick? Like there comes a point where you travel too much? Okay.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It wouldn't be like homesick, but it would be like, because like I could like, it's like really not about the people at home or like my bed, but it's like there's a level of like, for example, I'm a very like clean person. So like level of cleanliness that you don't get overseas. You know what I'm trying to say? Like the shower just don't hit the same. You don't washing your hair don't hit the same, like stuff like that. So it's like you got to come home like detox and then I'm ready to go back out the next day or whatever. But yeah.
Have you ever done like Amazon type of traveling or going out, or would you be open to something?
Oh, like the like the rainforest?
Rainforest. Yeah.
Oh, I was like the warehouse.
Like a tour.
Jamaica. When we were in Jamaica, yeah, I was like, wait. So what are we talking about? I thought actually you were trying to say like, have you ever been somewhere long enough that you had to Amazon, like you could use Prime and deliver things? I was like, that's a good question. There's like a lot of places that took me, but I like when I went to Jamaica. We did like ATVs through the forest. Same thing in Puerto Rico. We did ATVs in the forest and stuff.
That's fire.
Puerto Rico is actually probably like as of right now, one of my most favorite places that like kind of like that, or like not rainforest. Well, actually, it was El Yunque, so it was a rainforest. I think it was actually the biggest rainforest in the world, or North America, or like this side of the world or something.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Like it's how do I say it? I'm not a nature guy. So being put in a place where like, you know, you're only there for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah, and you're driving. It's not even like you're like walking. I'm not a hiking person. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not, respectfully, I'm not hiking. Like, what? We have other, bro, this isn't like, bro, BC, like, bro, we have modes of transportation, bro. Give me a bike or something. Like, bro, I'm not hiking, bro. What are we talking about? Bro, like, no, it actually, like, hiking pisses me off, bro. Like, like, no, like, why are we going up a mountain? We literally built houses on, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, bro, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we came down to go back up. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Anyway, so like the ATV was cool because we are like going uphill, but it's like I'm not doing anything. I'm riding the ATV. Yeah. So, but then we went to like this little is it a lake, I guess, or like this little inlet where like there's water and stuff. And then like they're showing us like there's like a flower that you touch it and it closes up because it senses that's how it eats bugs and stuff, whatever. Right?
The trap thing, right?
It's not a Venus flytrap, but it's like. It's a PG version of that, basically. Like it don't be done because that don't be closing and like eating meat and stuff. Like this one, pause, only eats bugs and like, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So like he was like, oh yeah, touch it right here, and then they show like, you know, like the little plant that catches water, you can drink from it. They have those in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And then he was just like, he cut one off, and then we all drank from like this leaf that had like, you know, it has, I don't know what it's called, but like water holding capabilities. And then like you could hop in the lake and whatever, and whatever. It was just a cool time though. So yeah, dang. You feel me?
This dude's been everywhere. Okay.
Chill. Not enough, bro.
I don't know why I was thinking about Jumanji when you were saying that. Bro. Crying baby next to you, or someone who just keeps talking to you?
Someone who keeps talking. Because there's like different decibels of volume that I can handle. Like, bro, I had a crying baby on my last flight, and like, you know it's bad. One, I feel like over the years, my hearing has gone bad. Like, I'm actually noticing that I'm like, I can't like, I'm like losing hearing. So if I'm putting on AirPods noise cancellation to the top and I'm still hearing you, no, this is bad. Like, it's crazy, bro. I can't sleep. I can't do anything. There's nothing I can do. I can't read. I can't watch a show. Like, bro, nah, like now I'm just listening to this baby crying. Like, it's just, but a guy, someone who can't, like, I've had one of those where like, and mind you, it's like, I'm in an aisle. I always book aisle, no middle seat. And then they're over there and you're leaning over trying to talk to me. I'm like, bro, like, come on, bro. Like, what are you doing? But I'd rather have that, like, cause you can probably learn something new or like, hear about someone's experience or whatever. Yeah. Something like that. But yeah, I'll probably take that. Babies
are a lot.
Yeah. Can't. Nah, I'm cool.
There is a decibel.
Yeah.
That it gets to. I agree.
Probably like 8.0. Positive 8.0. Like DBZ or whatever. Is it DB? Yeah, DB.
Decibels? DBs, yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that, bro. Anything above that, it's just like, have you ever heard like you know when like the memes and they just like play the Fortnite sound like really loud, done it literally just turns into that at a certain point. I can't, bro. I can't.
Okay. We didn't even. I'm laughing hard. We didn't even get to the question. Okay, that was a game.
All right, that was a good game. That was a great game. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Okay,
leading into.
You got a picture of a baby in your head or something?
No, I'm just thinking about that TikTok. I don't know why. You know that little girl that does self-defense but is not defending anybody?
Wait, which one?
You know, like she's like, it's a little girl. She does like karate. She teaches people self-defense. Like if someone does this, do this. But like people make jokes.
I've seen versions of it. Yeah.
And there's a clip of just like she's about to hit somebody. Next clip, this dude just like.
First step 1, grab both hands. Step 2, flip like that.
Oh, I saw that. Oh God, I saw that.
I'm just thinking people doing that with a baby, but
like a stitch, and they just like, this is what you do in response.
My brain goes.
Wait, what? How did you think about self-defense? We were talking about babies. Oh, you want to throw the baby? What's wrong with you? It ain't that bad, gay. It's gonna go to the emergency aisle, see, open the window, throw the baby out, close the door, no more. Your type of violence.
Okay, going into who Tommy is a little bit.
Yeah.
Start by telling us a little bit about who you are. Describe yourself in a couple words. What you do, who you are.
If I had to describe myself in a couple words, you know what's crazy? Like the real me, the real person, really like introverted, ambitious, and passionate. Like Probably the 3 words I would describe myself. And like I realized that the first word kind of negates the last 2. Well, not really, but a little bit. Passionate, ambitious. Like I feel like if you're introverted, it's hard to like really like show people that you are ambitious and passionate because it comes off like you don't want to. You know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, like if you didn't know me, like that's really like what like define like in my heart. You could look at it, it's stamped right there. Those 3 words.
Dang.
Yeah.
I can tell you're passionate about what you do.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're more extroverted? You're more introverted than extroverted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What helps you get out your shell, speaking to more people as an introvert?
You know what it is? It really is a lot of, and I think it's gotten better over the years now that I've been on camera for a little bit, or like, and it's, I think even being on camera, it's a little harder because like, it's usually just me and my camera, or like me and like my friend holding my camera. So it's like, what do you know, I can be really, really extroverted in front of my friends, right? Because we built that, you know, trust over however period of time. But I think like, honestly speaking, like it really just is me pushing myself, like me like, hey, like lock in, like, you know, and I think part of it is growing up too, because like, you know, being in church or being in whatever, like you really like you have no escape, you know what I'm trying to say? So at a certain point, the escape is just leaving, like walking out, but you can't, at a certain point, you can't just run away from your problems and stuff like that. So I kind of had to learn. So it really is like a pattern of just growing and like developing a skill of just like, hey, you're in front of people, in front of a camera, in front of whatever. So it's really just kind of building that foundation.
Yeah. Oh, solid. I think like sometimes God plants like a passion within us that outworks our, I won't call it insecurities, but things that hinder us in a way. So yeah, perfect. I like that answer. What are you ambitious about? You said you're passionate. Yeah. What are you passionate about? What drives you as a person?
I think, you know what's crazy? So it's like whenever like I hear this question, because I hear it mainly, or I heard it mainly when I was in like high school, and it's like, what are you passionate about? Like, what major do you want to pick? Like, what do you want to do growing up and stuff like that? Right?
But yeah,
like when you're a junior and like in high school, like, bro, all you care about is like practice the next day, or like high school, or like whatever, prom, homecoming, stuff like that. But I kind of knew at an early age that like I wanted to speak, like I wanted to do something with my like my voice, or like wanted to like just something about me. And at first, like I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a lawyer, because I like to argue. I'm not gonna cap. I love to argue. Like I was stubborn, and now I say I'm a little better. My friends probably say you are still a little stubborn. But with that being said, I was like, I like to argue in like in defense of things, or like, you know, whatever I feel or whatever I think is right. I like to like, you know, hey, let's have a conversation about us, not argue, but like let's debate about it mainly, right? So I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a lawyer.
Communications.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So then at some point I was like,
his major for the people who don't. Okay, I sound like an idiot, man.
Yeah, but at some point then I was like, started looking, you know, the details. I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to go to school for 6 years. At least
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. And maybe, you know, it might still be in the cards now that I'm done with undergrad. I might, you know, go back and do some. But I was kind of like, for my undergrad, let me pick something that, you know, is a little bit easier. I was never a STEM kid. I did not like math. I didn't like whatever. So I was like, all right, cool, bet. Well, communications, like someone just was like, yo, you could probably just do this. You want to do media, marketing, whatever. And then I learned like the arguing really was like, you like to paint a story about somebody or something, right? Or anything, to be honest. So it turned into like, oh, like I wanted to tell a creative story about people. So I was like, all right, cool, bet. Like went to school for it. School journey was kind of crazy, but ended up graduating in that major, in that field. And then like now that's what I do professionally. So it's like being able, and what I do professionally too is like so different than what I do personally, that like it, you know what I'm trying to say? Like imagine like a boxer also does MMA. So now you're like really good. What's his name? Francis Ngannou or whatever. How he fought Tyson. I forget what. I don't watch boxing, but he fought Tyson, the big dude, the bald dude. But he does MMA, I think too. So it's like imagine being good at two things. Like you're just a peak athlete. And so that's what I feel about like when it comes to like socials and creativity and stuff like that. Like I feel like not that I'm like the best of the best, but I feel like I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing, and it's just really a matter of like waiting for the algorithm to pick it up or doing something with it. But I feel like, you know, I'm like practicing my craft right now. But yeah.
You're doing a really good job.
I appreciate it.
The numbers growing.
I appreciate it.
I can see the knowledge of what you know from what you studied, obviously, and like what you do, like manifesting through what you do. Like I can see it. Yeah. So yeah, you're really good at what you do.
I appreciate you, bro.
Commend you for it.
Thank you.
So about that, like what got you into the content to begin with? Yeah. What first got you into it?
So I've been doing, you know, what's crazy? I've been doing content since I was in eighth grade, like that, like 13. Like my first YouTube video, I privated all this jump now, but my first YouTube video was like I was 13. So I had a friend, and I mean, me and him don't talk that much now, but I had a friend named Sam, and so I went to like a pretty like all like predominantly white school, whatever. So like most of my friends were white and stuff like that, but this guy was like my best friend in like 8th grade and stuff.
Oh, he's white.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's white. But
a slow moment.
yeah, I only brought that up to say it's kind of different, like the types of content I made back then compared to now. And like me and him used to rap, and it was funny because no one would think about that like from a white boy, right? And then now he's actually doing music. I don't think he raps anymore, but I think he's like rock or something now. But like I'm only saying that to say that like I was doing like some like not crazy, but like for back then an 8th grader to be rapping in 2016, like, you know, I'm a Uzi fan too. It's my favorite rapper. So imagine the rappers that are back then, like Uzi or Travis and stuff like that. And then you got Wavytomm. And back then I used to go by T Sizzle too. No one really knows this. I used to go by T Sizzle. I had a whole intro. I still have it on my Google Drive, whatever. Like I had a whole intro T Sizzle bank account with my intro song. Like, bro, like I was going crazy with that. But like the thing is, like I was very like even. Like we were talking about cameras before, like we started and stuff like that. I had no idea how to edit. I had no idea how to like. All I would do was click record on my Windows Surface, and I would publish it to YouTube. Like I've been on OBS since then. Dang. So it's like, but I didn't know what I was doing. I was just clicking record. I would pay somebody $20. But I was in 8th grade paying somebody $20 to edit my.
Someone $20 to edit your videos.
To edit my videos. You know how I found my editor? On Minecraft.
That's such a like
2016, like a 2015 mode. Because back then, I don't know if you ever played bro. I used to be like a legend, bro. I used to be an admin on Minecraft, like different servers. I would run servers and stuff like that. Like I would never got paid off of it, but I met a lot of friends. I was in Discord, or back then I forget I think Discord was a thing back then.
Discord was a thing, 2016.
I think it was, but I don't think I was using that back then. But we used to use like Uvu and stuff, like house partying, like random people from like New Mexico and Cali and stuff like that. But anyways, long story short, so like I've been doing content since then. And then in high school, you know, I got an iPhone, I got whatever. I learned iMovie a little bit. I would do like public interviews with my friends. I would do like reactions on like, now I learned a little bit more. You watch YouTube videos and stuff like that. But again, I didn't have the tech. I didn't have the budget. I didn't have any type of, you know, infrastructure to really like build it out. And then COVID hit. COVID is where I started. Like, I'm not gonna cap. Granted, I think we all had a lot of time to like do things. So like COVID, I was uploading a video, I kid you not, every single day. Ooh, like edited.
That's
like,
a lot.
Yeah, it's like 10-minute videos too. It's not like some like 2-minute, 4-minute video, like 10-minute videos. I think I deleted them off Instagram, but it was like, so I used to do this thing called Talking with Tomas. So I've seen that. I think I have some of them still up on Reels, but like I use like 10-minute videos. I'm legit, no beard, no nothing. Like you could tell it's COVID too. I probably haven't showered in a couple of days on some of those videos, but like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like literally just in my basement, and I used to sleep there too. So imagine you're sleeping, recording, editing in the same room. Like I was locked in low key. Like, and like granted, I probably won't ever be in that mode again, but still like Monday through Friday I would upload a video, and then I would do skits on the weekends, and I would upload those skits kind of like, so if I did like a Talking with Thomas on Tuesday or Thursday, skit would come out in the afternoon, something like that. And for like a month or 2 months I was locked in. And like a lot of it was, sorry if I'm talking a lot, but
no, I love it.
A lot of it was it was like political causes. So like a lot of like the Black Lives Matter movement, a lot of like the things that were happening back then, I would be really like, hey, I'll drop a video as soon as it happened. Cause like I still do think that it's really important to talk about stuff like that. And then it turned into like church stuff and religion. And then we started a podcast. So I had a podcast, I forget what it was called. I think it was called Deacons Chatter. And it was a bunch of deacons talking about religious issues. And that took off. We did it for like, excuse me, it sounds short, like 3 weeks, but like imagine you're doing a podcast like twice a week for 3 weeks with like 5 people, and none of them were in this. Like one person was in Virginia, 2 were in Atlanta, I think 1 was in Chicago. And you're doing a podcast on Zoom, recording it. I didn't really edit those because like, I'm not gonna cap, I wasn't about to edit a 45-minute. Back then, I didn't really have the resolve to sit and do that. So, but like, I've been doing a lot of like just a lot of things you see people do now. Podcasts are really big right now. Skits are really big right now. I've been doing this since 2020, 2021.
So this all started from T Sizzle,
bro. Well, at that point I was Wavytomm. So at some point, I think in 2019, I changed it to Wavytomm. And then we've just been rocking ever since. I had waves back then too. So
is that where the wavy comes in?
Yeah, that's where I was like, oh, Wavytomm. And like, you know, like I didn't want to do, you know, a lot of people on Instagram be like, oh, 301 Tom, 202, whatever. Yeah. I think that's champ. Like to this day, like I really like you're putting your area code and then your name. Like,
I was one of them though.
No, I mean
No, it was. Though.
You know, I know. Now it's like whatever. So then I was like, I'm not trying to be like them. So I was like, all right. So no one really used Wavytomm. Actually, there's one. I have a beef with him because there's a Wavytomm with 1 M on Instagram. He's deactivated. He doesn't use his account. I actually I need to see if I can get his username. But like now I have 2 M's on Instagram just for that. Everywhere else.
Just for that. That's why.
That. Everywhere else is Wavytomm 1 M except for on Instagram. You know, I'm not going to disrespect him, but you know, hey bro, please let me have my
Shout out.
Shout out Wavy Space Tom, bro. Let me have it back. But yeah, so that's where Wavytomm started. And then when I grew out my hair, I was like, you know, wavy is not a hairstyle, it's a lifestyle. Like there's a way you can. Is that bars? Is that bars? Is that bars?
That was kind of good.
Every time I say that, before that, people would be like, oh, that's champ, bro. But I was like, you know what?
You snuck it in, that's why. You said it quick.
I said it quick. I said it nice. Yeah, but but I used to think at some point I was like, oh, like wavy, like the ocean waves, like, you know, they're always like, they don't stop, like they just always go. So it's like, all right, like that's just my motto. Like I'm just gonna always be going, no matter what anyone says. Like the waves don't listen to weather. No matter what happens, right? It's, you know, always at the beach you're gonna see waves. So
that does like define a lot of like what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kept it, and then now we're here with it. So
you took us through a journey.
Yeah, low key. I don't think I've ever said that full journey out too. Like no one's ever like, yeah, I don't think even on my personal I've ever really said like the whole like time span. Like that's crazy when you think about it, bro. I'm old. It's 10 years ago, 2016.
So it's been like a decade worth of progress leading up to this point.
Literally, yeah.
Guys, start now.
You never know where you're gonna end, where you're gonna start. But start now.
So you've kind of done a lot of content creating. So I feel like you've seen the easiest parts, the hardest parts, the highs and lows.
Yeah.
My question for you: what is the hardest part of being a content creator that people on the outside don't see?
Honestly speaking, like I think people really assume that content creation is so easy. Like I know a lot of people, like, you know what's crazy? DDG's in Ethiopia right now. And this one, I saw it on TikTok. Someone I think reposted it, so it came on my feed. But it was like, oh, we need to stop having Abishak content creators. Like, we have enough and stuff like that. And I was like,
someone said that?
Yeah. It wasn't really like, it didn't get that much traction because I don't think his point really was valid that much. But when I watched it, I was like, to be honest with you, I think a lot of people overvalue what a content creator is. Or a lot of people like, they just assume because you post on TikTok or because you have a phone so you can make TikTok and stuff like that, that you're a content creator. I was like, nah, like there's parts of it that people don't understand, like the birth of an idea to creation.
Yeah.
To like, honestly speaking, I'm very free. Like I don't really ever script anything that I do because a lot of my stuff is like very like off the top of my head, like off the dome, right? So it's like,
shout out off the dome. But yeah, so it's like, because I've never seen that before when I came, and I've done other shoots, and I'm doing this one right now. A lot of people, like, there's a lot of time and energy that people take into just scripting. Then you got to actually take that script and put it to like recording. Then after recording, you got to edit, and then you got to get everyone to listen to it, and then whatever. And there's people that do that not only for like sit down like podcasts or videos or like long form content, for short form content too. And then also being professionally, we're like, a 1 minute video clip that we might do at work, it takes like, there's a lot of like effort and energy that it takes to a lot of like channels of like authorization that it goes through, like, you know, and that's not content creation per se, but it kind of is in a different sense, in a different fashion or form, right? So like people think that just because somebody like, you know, and I think TikTok has given us this false sense of like, there's a difference between an influencer and a content creator, I think, in my opinion. An influencer is somebody who just has influence over like someone could have 20K on TikTok and you can influence people on TikTok, but are you really a content creator in the sense of, are you sitting there and like thinking about what you post? Are you really like, you know, do you care enough about it? And like, granted, people could say there's really no difference, but to me, it's like someone like, I could say like, I only have 5K on Instagram, but I might put more effort into somebody who has 30K. But like nowadays too, it's also like, you know, people take numbers and then you can pay for it, and people, because they know you have a certain influence. But are you somebody who's gonna like, you know, like for example, like Jake Paul, I don't know how deep into YouTube you are, but like Jake Paul, Team 10 and them, they were influencers at first, but they were really content creators at heart. That's why Jake Paul to this day, 10 years later is still relevant. Logan Paul, same thing with them. So that's kind of where like I take it, where like you can see who, like the people who really took it serious and like really like cared about the content they made, because they're still relevant to this day doing the same, because that's what they love. They love to do it. Yeah. Someone who just, you know, just makes TikToks for fun, singing videos, stuff like that. That's all you do. Then you're not really a content creator, but you are an influencer. Like, you know, you're doing your thing. But I feel like there's a little difference in that. But there is a difference. Like the birth of an idea, I think a lot of us take that for granted. Yeah. People don't know. Like people think they're just like, get this person on the podcast, throw them on the chair, and then just record something with them, and then that's it. Yeah. But it's like there's a lot behind the scenes that people don't understand. The process is slow. Yeah. This is kind of like the DMV, guys. Don't get mad, but yeah, there's a lot. You're right. Everything you said was valid. Yeah. Like the creation process is, how do I say it? Valuable. Or it's not. It's very unique to that individual, and people definitely overlook it. So you're right. Yeah.
It's kind of like I think about it like NBA and like basketball players and stuff like that. Like NBA. You have people that like for like Shea, who like to get to the midi, like to get to their shot. People like Curry, who like to take 3-point shots. Like everyone has their own like archetype, I guess is the best way to say it. Yeah. So it's like some people are really good at one thing, some people are really good at two things or whatever. But that's what content creation is.
That's exactly what it is.
That's what it is. Like you, and like I think we were talking about as walking in, like we're like, I want people in the DMV to really like combine them. Like, you know, I think you pair Curry with like KD, for example, and you see how that turned out, right? Yeah. Obviously some archetypes don't work together. You saw the Houston Rockets fall apart, you know what I'm saying? But but you know what I'm trying to say, when it works, it works. You know, you'll win, you'll do stuff like that. And I think, you know, like when you bring those together, it's something, bro, it's so beautiful.
In there, you said something really good. Like each person is like their own archetype. Kind of like basketball. I'm just gonna use that as an analogy.
Yeah.
Each player is like their own style, their own way of shooting, their own FIFA red, yellow, green chemistry. And the audience is just out here watching like a beautiful game.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
So it's like, and if each person has the same archetype, if everyone chose to stick with the template, then would you sit and watch that game?
No.
So, valid. You're doing good.
Appreciate it.
Cooking already, guys. Next question. Do you feel like people really know you through your content, or is there a whole side of you that the internet doesn't see?
I think people know that one side of me, that argumentative side. And I think that's the side that I choose to give. And I think it's funny because like a lot of people, and it kind of goes to like, I have a history, and I'll be honest, like I have a controversial history because I am dead set on my opinion sometimes. And I am dead set on like, if there's something that I believe is right, something I believe is true, something that I like have an opinion on, then I do find myself, I mean, if that's the side that I'm giving, I'm going to keep feeding into that side, right? But there's a side of me that, and I think that's part of the reason why there has been so much like, I'll say anger, right, towards like some of the things that I've said and stuff like that, is because people don't know I'm chill. I'm really chill. Like
He's
I'm
a very
cool.
chill guy, guys.
Yeah, appreciate it. But yeah, I'm so chill. Like I'm like, and part of me is like, I've got him mad. I'm like, bro, can we just talk about it? But then now that after like some reflecting, I'm like, damn, I haven't given people like that side of me to think that they can just sit and have a conversation with me because I'm so like rah rah. People are like, well, rah rah, like let's rah rah, like let's like, you know, so
fire with fire.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, there are people like who like say like, oh, I don't like him and stuff like that, whatever. And like at this point now, I respect it because you've never really seen like who I am for real. You never see me be nice. You never see me do anything but argue on the app, right? So it's like, then you just think that I go day to day just arguing with people. You know what I'm trying to say? And like, I don't blame people. And I think that's probably the side that people don't see. But like outside of that, like if anyone ever saw me, like there's a lot of people, like honestly, it's like a lot of kids that'll see me and be like, oh my God, like you're the guy at church and stuff like that. And I'm just like, and then now I'm the introvert kind of comes out. I'm like, hey, like what's up? Like what's good? What's good? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Where your mama at?
Yo, my man.
Yeah, because I think they want me to like get away, like, you know, like that's not me though. It's like, oh, it's good, like. So it's so awkward when like some people like have gotten like, some people have looked at me and like kind of angrily, and it was like, oh yeah, like actually no, somebody came up to me one time. I was out in DC, and then they came up to me and it's like, oh, you're the guy that be like, and it was dead like this, like, oh, you're the guy that be arguing on TikTok.
For real.
And he wasn't trying to press me, but he kind of came very cautious. He was like, oh, you're the guy that be all right. I was like, yo, what's good, bro? Dapped him up, and he was like, he kind of got confused, and he was like, oh, like, you know, I see the stuff you say, like whatever. And I was like, yeah, I say that because I feel like a certain type of way. But I was like, I mean, I'm not gonna, whatever. I don't see you any type of, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I think he disagreed with something I said. And I was like, we can talk about it if you want. He's like, nah, not even like you're chill though. You're cool. I was like, yeah, like you're cool too. Like it was really like an awkward conversation. I'm at the bar buying a drink. So I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, do I buy? Nah, I didn't buy his drink. But you know what I'm trying to say? It was kind of like, what do we do from here? Like type of like, I think people have this expectation of what, you know, it's kind of like, don't meet your, like, not that I'm a celebrity, but don't meet your like heroes, whatever, and stuff like that. And it's like, imagine you were to meet somebody and they were like a complete, like, you know, just,
it's a big, yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's a shock. And it's like, oh, well, this person's actually really cool. And it's like, yeah, like I'm chill. Like, let's just talk. Let's have a conversation, stuff like that. But yeah, that's probably what it is too. Yeah.
There is a lot of like assumptions of how we're supposed to be and how we give ourselves online.
Yeah.
My channel, people might see me as like the miskin boy, child boy. All the aunties be thinking that too.
Yeah.
If I'm out partying or having a good time, I'm sobered up the second someone notices my name or something. So it definitely is like you only even said this on, he was on
oh nice,
not to be so called this podcast.
Yeah.
You saying you are your brand.
Yeah.
So I do feel that a lot.
Yeah.
You said that well. Okay. Next. Oh, this is kind of what you were saying. So you make videos on religion as well.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious, how important is religion to you and how do you represent it in your content?
it's a tug and pull. Like religion is super important to me, and I think just like not even just religion, but like just like my relationship with God and like the faith that I have. And I think like I attribute a lot of success and just a lot of any good things that come my way to like my relationship or my faith, right? Mm-hmm. And then it's kind of hard when you go on social media and you don't depict, like, it's kind of weird to say, but everyone has their own depiction of what faith looks like or what spirituality looks like. Mm-hmm. So like, I think I'll use this, if you don't mind, as an example. Like, I cuss like on a day-to-day basis, and not like I'm thinking about it like as I cuss, like, oh, I'm gonna cuss today. Like, no way, like, yes, I'm gonna cuss today when I wake up, right? Yeah, like I'm gonna time it and stuff, but not like, but for example, you don't. So it's like a, you know what I'm trying to say, like, you kind of like, if you judge me based off like, oh, he cusses, so like maybe he's not a good person, like, maybe, you know what I'm trying to say, stuff like that. But it's like everyone has their own, like, you know, and I respect that about you, and you probably respect that about me. It's like we just have different viewpoints on things, and which is fine. And that's not even really a viewpoint, it's just like how I live my life comparatively. And I think especially on social media, it's super hard because like people live their lives so differently. Like they don't, not everyone, not even deacons across the scale live their lives the same way. And like there's like, to a certain degree, like a certain code that we all are supposed to live by, not just as deacons, but also just as people of Christ or just Christians in general, right? So especially on social media, when people see something that maybe like they don't think that I should be doing, or maybe they don't think that like that's what a Christian does, it does make me stop and think like, okay, maybe I shouldn't, or whatever. But at the same time too, it's like, you know, there's things that I just like, I listen to music, for example, you know, I'm not going to turn Drake off, like, to, you know what I'm trying to say, like, to a certain degree, like, it's like cool, like, you know, we're chill. But at the same time too, like, I can't rebuttal against it, because it's like, you're right, I just choose not to like live that way. And there's a lot of people who choose to live different ways. I think the way that I see it, at the end of the day, if you're a good person, that's what I take away from any Christian, from anybody. It's not if you turn music on, it's not if you cuss, it's not whatever. But when it comes down to when you make decisions, or how you live your life, and like certain things that you choose to do you choose to be a good person? Do you choose to make the right decisions? Do you choose to care about other people? Do you choose to put people before yourself? So, you know, like a lot of like base, like morally conscious things that like I think a lot of people will like say, oh, forget that, you didn't go to church on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Okay, but you also didn't give money to the homeless person that was next. Or like we could all sit here and be like, okay, well, you didn't do this, you didn't this, but like at the end of the day, if you're a good person, that's what I take away from it. So especially on social media. So
you brought up a really good point. Growing up, I used to think like I would meet somebody and they're just overall 10 out of 10 person, like jolliest, kindest, they would share everything.
Yeah.
And we'd have like a religious conversation. They're just like, yeah, I mean, I don't believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not religious.
Yeah.
And it just shook my whole world. This is back when I had limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
But it's like, I saw them in a bad way.
Yeah.
So you made a great point. Like, it really is just like, that's how I view people. Like, if they're a good person, if they have a good soul, if they're like respectful, kind.
Yeah. And
to each its own as well, kind of like what you said. So I completely agree. You're just like, cooking so much is not enough for me to cook.
I think like I saw this tweet or like this post or something like that. It was kind of like, would you like, I think with like relationships is different, like with like a girlfriend or whatever. But I think like in a friendship, like if this person was amazing, but they were a different religion than you, would you judge it, or would you cut it off and stuff like that? I'm like, you know what, bro, like at the end of the day, like, you know, you could be a Christian, be a terrible person, you know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. And you could be, I'll just use like Islam, you could be Muslim and be a terrible person too. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know what I'm trying to say, I'd rather surround myself with great people, even if we come from different backgrounds, or even if we come from different things. Like I wouldn't care where you came from, as long as you're going to be there for me when it matters the most, you know?
Ooh.
So
I feel like people connect more through differences as well. Mm-hmm.
Like not opposite attract in friendships, but like very much like you can fill a hole where like you didn't think that someone else, you know what I'm trying to say? So yeah.
We're cooking today.
Now we're in the kitchen today.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought up the relationships part, because that does add a lot. That is a big variable to it.
Yeah. Especially with content, I'll be honest.
How is relationships and content? Like, have they ever tied together in any sort of way?
They've never tied together, like in terms of like putting so and so on content and stuff like that. And I never was a fan of like girl content either. Like, you know, like the typical like 2026 girl content, like, you know, just like 20v1s and stuff, like the E-dates. I did E-dates. I'll be honest, I did E-dates, but like I'm not a big fan of like the
Pop the balloon.
I mean,
actually, those are pretty fun.
Those are cool too. I'm thinking about like like bring a girl on a stream and then just sit there and talk to her the whole time and like do stuff and stuff. That's never been my niche. Like it's fine if somebody else does it. Like I think it's pretty funny sometimes too. But like in terms of like my personal relationships, honestly, like one thing that I do kind of regret is prioritizing like that instead of content. Like I feel like there's times where like a relationship, I don't know if you guys are in a relationship either, but are you? No. But yeah, so it's like that's a lot of time, that's a lot of money, that's a lot of whatever. And it's like I think when you're younger, and especially now, it's like you prioritize a lot of that. And so it's like you lose the time to post and to like make content. I'm not gonna cap, like the fact that I'm like it's just work and content now makes life so much easier. Like I can get off work and I can just do content, or like, you know, whatever days I'm free and stuff like that. So it's like it's very much more convenient now. And also part of it also too is like, let's say you're single, it's like I think a lot of times, at least for me, I've been scared or been like whatever about posting certain things or depicting myself in a certain type of way because of how other people look at me. Yeah. And like, oh man, this boy goofy, or this man is whatever and stuff like that. And I think a lot of it too is just like, oh, no one's gonna Shorty's not gonna mess with me because I'm like, you know, I do TikTok or I do this and stuff like that. And at a certain point I just put that away. I was like, you know what, bro, like I'll leave that in God's hands. Like if that is something that deters somebody away from getting to know me, then like it wasn't for me anyways, you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So like I just put that, like I'm starting to like, it really has been a journey in terms of like the past whatever couple of years and stuff like that, coming up into content. And like now I'm posting a lot more. Like at least I'm committed to posting a lot more, right? But yeah, that's something that's been like holding me back in terms of like there's been things where like, yo, this is funny, but I don't want to seem goofy on social media because I don't want shorty, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a lot of moments like that. I don't know if you've seen the post, being nonchalant.
I saw that.
How was that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. We can go on about this.
Yeah.
But no, it's a huge thing in the community, and even just in general. Like I'm about to hit post, I'm just like, who's watching this?
I'm the same way, on God.
Yeah. But I think half of it is like we put it on ourselves. Yeah. Other half is like other weird people on social media saying different things.
Yeah. But the comments get to you, bro. I'm telling you, the comments get to you.
I didn't know what gay meant in Amharic until I posted that episode. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you know it now though?
Now I know. Yeah.
It's funny because
I love it. I love it. People showing hate. It's
yeah.
good.
Yeah. It's just like TikTok be so weird about what they suspend comments and like what they don't do. Like, crazy. Right? I said dead dub one time, and my account got shadow banned for like a week. I was like, bro, what? And I look at my comments and I'm like, y'all are so lucky that like y'all don't 0 followers, like they don't care what they put, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But anyways.
Hey. I just realized I turned that light off. Let me turn it on real quick.
Oh yeah.
Had to turn the light on, guys. It's pretty dark in here. So I've noticed you're very confident in sharing like your opinion out there. Yeah. Like, what got you to that point? Because you said originally you're a little bit more introverted. Yeah. And you're also passionate. So kind of what pushed you out of your shell? How are you like confident with saying what you can say online?
I think with things that I'm like really, really passionate about, like in terms of, for example, like when it comes to introverted, I'm talking about like if you see me in person, I'm more than likely not going to say anything to you. Like, it's actually funny. So we used to have this thing at church. It's called YOTC. It's a spot now. But I remember like somebody came up to me and was like, oh yeah, so-and-so said that they think that you don't like them. And I was like, what? Like, what are we talking about? Like, we're at church. I've never said a word to them. Like, what are we talking about? And then they're like, oh yeah, like you have a glare. Like you're just always like mad. It looks like you're always mad at them. Yeah. And I don't think I have a massive RBF too, because like I've seen myself like, because the thing is they take pictures of these events. So like I've seen myself just like caught in the background. I'm just like kind of like blank. I'm just chilling. Because it's also Sunday. Like think about it. Like I just came for like, you know, we wake up at 6 a.m. to go to church and stuff. I've been up for a while. I'm just tired. So like I kind of told, it was funny. I was like, bro, I'm just tired. Like I was like, it's not even like an RBF. And I was like, you can't even say that without meeting me. Like, you've never said a word to me, but you think I don't like you? And it's like, you didn't even hear anything from me. Like, it's not like, oh, I heard it from so-and-so, whatever. Yeah. But, so yeah, like when I share things online and stuff, that kind of goes back to what we were saying about like people say like, oh, like they don't meet me, but they have this opinion about me because of what I say on the internet. But if I'm passionate about something, if I'm like really like the tribal thing, for example, that I talked about like in 2020, 2021 was like, you know, it really is preaching unity. But obviously the way I said it might have been a little contradicting for some people, but it really is kind of like something I'm passionate about. Like I really want people to just kind of be together. And it really comes from a place of like, you know, we're all brothers and sisters, not only under Christ, but under a country. So it's like, what are we arguing about? Like, what are we fighting about? Like imagine like fighting within your own family. Like, I don't know if you have a brother or sister, but like imagine fighting your brother, like in the same family. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? That's like how I look at it. So stuff like that, whether it's that, religion, even basketball. I've talked about like sports and stuff like that. I'm an Eagles fan. So, you know what I'm saying? Got to be passionate about my birds.
Philly.
Fly Eagles, fly. But
My
you know what I'm saying?
brother-in-law would love this episode.
He said what?
My brother-in-law, he's a Phillies fan.
Oh, bet. There we go. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I'm really passionate about something, then like, you're not gonna, you know what I'm trying to say? You're not gonna like quiet or dim my light or like shut me up, right? It's like, I'm gonna keep talking about it. And that's like the annoying part about it. But I guess in person, it's gonna be shush. Like, I'm not really that big of arguing in person, but somebody I don't know at least. But who knows? But that might change here and there. But
So
yeah.
your passion kind of like push you out of your shell.
Yeah, that's like kind of what we were talking about earlier. It's like I've slowly been kind of forcing myself to like, you know, like you said, come out of my shell. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Did like posting kind of push you out there?
yeah, because like now it's like, it's funny because like I think you don't expect it, right? Because when you post content, you're like, I'm never gonna see these people, like, you know, I'm never. And then so my first like video that like ever like, I'll tell the story now because it's been years. So I had this video when Instagram made the notes. Instagram made their notes, and then I posted my DMs as part of it, and then me and my like best friend Lul, we were talking about somebody, and it wasn't even like talking about this girl, like, you know, and whatever. We were asking who's gonna be at this function we were gonna go to later, and like someone sent me Instagram, so I just sent him the Instagram. So we were just talking about like the people that are gonna be there, and then the only when I screenshotted the post and then made the stitch and whatever, did all that, one girl's was there. So then when I posted it, he called me, he's like, bro, like our DMs. I was like, bro, it's not even going, like, it's gonna get like 5K views max. I was like, don't even trip. An hour later, I think I was hooping. He called me, he's like, Thomas, the video's at 100,000 views.
Oh,
I said,
God,
bro, like, it's not like 100,000. I was like, bro, that's random people. Like, an hour later, like, Thomas, it's at 250. Like, what do you do? I was like, bro, I'm not deleting it now. Yeah, you're tripping. I was like, so then the video, like, it got to like 3. I hate how TikTok does this because it got to 350 and then just stopped. And I was like,
does that,
bro, like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, anyways, but like, so it's pinned now. And then like, I called him at the end of the day, and we were just like, he was like, you're not gonna delete it, right? I was like, no. And he was like, bro, you owe me. I was like, I mean, bro, like, it doesn't even look that bad. Like, it doesn't even look like crazy. Like, and then so it's funny because the girl's friend dropped a comment. It was like, is this you? And then she was like, haha, yeah. And then we went out that weekend, and I told her, I was like, yo, I'm not gonna cap, it really was just like, we were talking about the people that are gonna come this weekend. Not like, I literally showed her, I was like, it's not just you, like there's guys in there too. So I was like, don't trip. Yeah, I had to like defend myself. I was like, trip, no, don't listen. But so yeah, so that happened. And then but all that to say, what were we talking about?
opinions online or something. What?
I think like meeting people, though, was something about like, I guess like, I don't even know, but like things that happen where you eventually see the person that you talk about, kind of like the bar.
We're talking about behind the scenes, yeah.
Yeah, like so like I saw her the weekend and was like, damn, like I really just talked about you. Not talked about you, but like you somehow are in my video now. It's like, hey, like type of thing. Yeah, it really is. It was so awkward, but then she ended up being really cool. We had a great time that day. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? It all worked out, man. Yeah, my bad for the side track.
No, that's a funny story.
Yeah,
there's a lot of like stories that like people see what's going on the camera, whatever's posted. There's so much lore behind the scenes that people don't know
at all.
We've got some lore too, but no, that's funny. Dang. So like, dang, my brain just went blank. That was a funny story. So you being confident about how you feel.
Yeah.
The Habesha community.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some conflict.
Yeah.
How has that been like?
You know what's crazy? Like I've in a not like a slow ditch or whatever the word is, like the saying is, but like in a long effort type of thing. Like I kind of made an apology video in terms of, because I think I came at it wrong in terms of like how I went about articulating myself. And then not that, like, I'll be honest, like one thing I've always maintained is like I feel how I feel. Like I don't change. Like I'm not gonna switch up my opinion because 100 people didn't like it. Like cool. Like you've seen that meme where it's like one person against like 100 people and like they're like this, and then like there's like people are arguing with them. Like I'd rather be in that than like compromise my morals or like what I believe in just so I can be like accepted. You know what I'm trying to say? And like part of me was like, damn, like if I just didn't say this, probably would be like more accepted with like certain people in the Abshai community. And then I've had interactions with people where like people like, and we kind of talk about people coming up to me. People have came up to me, let's say for a religious video. Someone literally said, oh, I started going back to church again because of you. Wow. Like stuff like that. Or like I've had little kids be like, oh, I became a deacon because of you. Or I've had like, and I'm not saying that to like, you know what I'm trying to say, like gain some type of notoriety from like, oh, like I changed these people's lives in some like, like, yes, like that was the goal. But it happened and like I have no choice but to like accept it for what it is. And like, that's a good thing that came out of it. Now someone's like, oh yeah, well I dropped out of college and now I'm going to do content because of you. Wayne, Nate. But you know what I'm trying to say? It's like,
It's a KD ratio with these people.
Yeah, so it's like I've seen like the good that can come out of it, and that honestly does keep pushing me forward. And when it comes to like the negative side of it, it's like again it kind of goes back to like, bro, you got to get to know me before you say some like certain things. You gotta really like. My thing is, I've always like my saying or like how I hold people to this standard is like, if you hear, I've heard negative things about people. Like, let's say like I heard like, oh, he's a bad person, he's a terrible person, he mistreats his wife or like whatever. But if I meet you and like I need to make my conclusion about you myself. Like it never like I might be like kind of wary. I might be like a little okay. Like I've heard this about him. Let me like keep a little bit of like a guard up. Yeah. But bro, I need to meet somebody before I can really make a final opinion about them. If I meet you and you're like just a complete, just terrible person, yeah, you're a terrible person. Like there's nothing about it. Yeah. What I heard about you, bro, like, the scouting report was right. But it's like I'm trying to say like I think about like kind of like the NFL draft. Like people like have been drafted where like people are like, oh yeah, he's not going to be good in the NFL. He's too short. He's too whatever. And then look at Lamar Jackson, right? Like people said he wasn't going to throw the ball. Now he's MVP twice or 3 times, stuff like that. So it's like you can never really like have a really true final grade on somebody until you meet them, and that's kind of how I feel about myself. Where it's like people say certain things about me, whatever, and then they meet me and I'm introverted, so it just comes off like I don't like you anyways. So it's like
the assumption makes it. Yeah,
the assumption kind of for them is like, oh, he's a terrible person because I like was in the same room as him and he didn't say hi to me.
Sets you up for failure.
What do I like? Who do y'all think y'all are? Like, bro, like that, and it makes him, bro. No, I've been in rooms where like someone has came up to me like afterwards and been like, oh yeah, you didn't say hi to so and so, so they think you don't like them. I said, well, cool, I'm gonna let them keep thinking that because like I'm like you didn't say hi to me, so like what I'm trying to say. And
but
like
in the video, like you acted like this.
Yeah, it's like bro, people
you're not gonna be too upset about it because if somebody's like that, that's not even somebody you want
to be around. Yeah, but it's like the thing is too. I do believe that like interactions can change how you feel about somebody. So let's say so and so like somebody doesn't like me, but they meet me, and now it's like, wow, he's actually like a really cool person. Now, like that interaction went from somebody you might not have wanted to be around, but now it's like, oh, he's actually cool people's, right? There's like times where like on TikTok, so we've been on TikTok live and stuff like that, and I've met people from like Michigan or like Canada and stuff like that, right? They're like, I'm not gonna lie, bro, I thought you were a crash out to me, and I'm like, I mean, I am to a certain degree, but like I'm not like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm chilling, I'm chilling. Like, if we're cool and like if I mess with you as a person, then like what is there to crash out about? You know what I'm saying? Like even if it's something crash out a bull, why would I crash out for having like a genuine conversation about it, right?
Yeah.
So that's just how I feel about like conflict and things that I say and stuff like that. Like now it's kind of like I've grown to the point where like it is what it is. I said what I said. If you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. But I moved on. Like I'm not, and I've chosen my words better a little bit. Like for example, I'll say this one thing: the Protestant video that I did. That was probably like a huge one because I'm not gonna cap. I did not know there were that video is what made me realize there are a lot of like Protestant people in our community, and I just had no clue.
There's a lot,
and I didn't know. So it's like I made like a 5 video series.
5 video series.
And also part of it. no funny part 1, part 2, part 3, and I did like the problem, and then bro, I was on a roll.
The thumbnails and everything.
No funny. Like there was actually like, bro, I had like a certain like I think like a couple million views, but like the likes weren't there because people are like arguing like what I was saying. But like the views are like, damn, like bro, like with this views I should have like at least 15K followers or something. Like what? But really people didn't like what I was saying because like again I was not jit. This is like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Actually, wow, I'm getting old. 4 years ago. Yeah, it's like my sophomore junior year of college. So it's like I didn't know there was that many people, so I kept making videos to like argue my point, and I knew it was gonna get views, but still like to argue my point, like hey, like listen to what I'm saying, like whatever. And then it just kept getting worse every single time. But also part of it is like you're never, one thing I need like had to learn, you're not gonna appeal everybody. You're not gonna appease everybody. Nothing you're gonna say, even like with people that like you think you're gonna agree with, you're not going to agree on every single thing you talk about. So it's like, and people, the thing is, they get extra confidence on social media, like super, like people say things to me, like there's people that I've met in person that have said things to me on social media that have never like, and I saw them again in person and didn't even look me in the eye. And I didn't say anything to you. You know what I'm trying to say? This is Laura behind this. I'll say, I won't say names or anything, but like there was somebody at Mason, because I was telling them like I've been around this area to go to Mason, and I've been to Mason a couple of times, and there's like this like extra friend group that I wasn't really a part of, but whenever I came, like we would all hang out. And this person, like, she's actually in one of my TikToks to this day. Like, I'm not gonna go back and delete it. It's like 10K views, right? So it's like
this guy.
Now, like,
this is the pattern.
No, there's, bro, like,
I love it
because you lose the likes and stuff. You know, I'm not trying. Bro, there's and time and effort goes into certain things. So it's like, so she's in one of my TikToks, and I'm like, you know, we were cool. Like, we're not friends. I wouldn't consider, we followed each other on Instagram, we whatever. So like,
Tread carefully.
yeah. So she came into my comments, she said something, and I was like, gang, I just saw you last week. You didn't say none of this when I saw you. And like, granted, we didn't talk about it or nothing, but she knows how I feel. Like, it's not like I've been quiet in person or whatever. And like, I'm comfortable enough to share things, or like, and I saw her after that too. I came back to Mason, didn't say anything. Walked right past her, didn't say anything. I don't feel a need to stop and tell you, hey, you said this, whatever. Cause like, I'm not that big on like the introvert maybe, but I'm not that big on pressing people. I don't like, you want to say something to me. Why don't you come and, you know, I'm here. Why not say it? Like, if you feel so strongly about something, then you should come say it to me. Because I didn't come looking for your demographic. Your demographic found me. So it's like the demographic, I mean like the people who are like angry at me, right? I came, obviously I made a video about Protestant people as a whole, but it's like, you know, like
5-part series.
5-part series, yeah. I'm not, and there's scattered videos too, like around. I should have put, you know, you can make like the little like playlist.
That's what I would have.
Bruh, I gotta make one of those. But anyway, so then she saw me, didn't say anything, and then like I went back in the comments and I was like, I just saw you last week, you didn't say. I went back to an older video and was like, I just saw you didn't say anything. Because I was like, you know what, I won't say anything to you in person, but it's like, you know, stand on it. If you're gonna say something, stand on it. Exactly. If someone came up to me and was like, you said this, all right, bet I'm gonna stand on it. Let's talk about it. Because it's like, what is there to be afraid about? You know what I'm trying to say?
I respect that a lot.
Like, there's even like, if I'm by myself, if 5 people come up to me, I'm gonna stand on it. Like, I might get jumped, but like, I'm gonna stand on it. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
I saw a video. I saw a video today. Yesterday. This dude in red, he's about to jump this dude. Five, like, I don't even know. YN start pressing him.
Yeah.
Starts running away. And this dude made a stitch. He's like, absolute, like, valid reaction.
Yeah.
Valid reaction.
Yeah.
Sorry, my brain is going brain rot.
No, you're good. I might do that too. Like, I drive a Highlander. I might get in my little truck and then run some people over. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like, but in terms of like running away from a conversation though, never. Like, that'll never be me running away. Like, I could get invited by the most like controversial person to talk, like literally counter and argue me. And I'd rather look dumb on camera. And like, he could, like, someone or he or she could beat me in an argument. But one thing I won't do is run away from the bump though. You know what I'm trying to say?
I can picture you with a debatable, like a debate chair, debate table.
Like them Jubilee videos.
I was about to say, people who do that, they mainly react off emotion rather than logic, so I don't think they have much to say.
Yeah.
Than, I'm just mad.
Come back,
because so-and-so is mad, or I feel
And it's very easy to like shoot a comment, shoot a text, like without thought.
You're going to swipe down, watch a new video.
Exactly. And I'll say this too, because I had a great, where'd my thought go? But it was something along like the Protestant videos and stuff like that, where like it'll be like a lot of comments and we'll be arguing, like we'll be going back and forth. It'll be like people like who have like significant follower accounts and stuff like that too. We'll be sitting there arguing. And actually, this is what I was about to say. It was somebody who like, it was like, my mom, she gets up every morning and she prays and I was like, gang, like respectfully, like I'm not even gonna come at you because you didn't even watch the video then. If this is what you're saying to me, you didn't watch the video, because I wasn't talking about like people like your mom. And I actually, so like I have an alt account, so like I was just kind of like spamming about it, and I was like, hey, like you know, people who said this about me back then, whatever, like they didn't know, and people were commenting like, yeah, low key, to be honest with you, bro, I'm not gonna cap, I didn't know you were cool. I said, what are we talking about? Like, you didn't know I was cool, so you just responded like in a, you know what I'm trying to say? So it is what it is. And then like one thing I hate is like people who like,
I can see why it's so annoying.
What? Like,
I can see why that's very annoying.
You feel me? It's like it is an intellectual conversation. It is a moment for you to speak your opinion. That's just how I feel. So people who comment like, oh yeah, you're ugly, or you need a haircut and stuff like that, I'm just like, all right, so like you're just angry. You're like kind of with the emotional thing you said. We're not having a conversation, but you're just talking. You know what I'm saying? So like, what are we?
There's
talking
a
about?
lot you can easily filter out off of like the brain cells it takes to type that stuff. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, no, I mean that's about it, bro. It's just like circling all the way back to like the original question. It's just like at first, like I would get heated about it, get angry about it, like kind of like the crash out, like, oh, like, you know, let's talk about this, whatever about it. Now it's kind of like, you know, it's been a while since I kind of stayed away from it, and like there'll be times where like I'll say something, whatever, and like now it's genuinely people agree with me. Maybe it's because of the way I articulate myself now compared to like even 3 years ago. But even that, with that being said, like, you know, again, like I stand true to like what my morals and my brain or whatever tells me. And the thing is, like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like I've admitted, like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said that, or like I've like walked back things I've said, but that's part of maturing, and that's part of like just being like a responsible adult, right? Yeah. So it's like that's part of life. You know, you're gonna be wrong. You can't be right about everything.
You can't.
So
I'm glad you mentioned that last part of like the moments where you were wrong, like you did call yourself out on it. So that's good.
Yeah. No one's bigger than the program, you know.
Okay. I'm gonna wind down a little bit.
Yeah.
Away from the content.
Yeah. Away
from process. Want to start off with traveling. We're gonna end off with traveling.
Okay.
What's your favorite place you traveled to so far, and why?
Ooh, that's a good question. My favorite place that I've traveled to probably is France. That's probably my like. And I was only in France for like 24 to 36 hours, I think. Like, it was just a day trip because I was in London for a month. London's cool too, but
says that like casually, okay?
Nah.
London for a month.
But France, the food, like honestly, all of Europe, and I've only been to 2 countries in Europe, so I can't speak too much of this, but I lost 25 pounds when I was in London. And then as soon as I came back to America, I gained all of it back. The food and like I had like French toast, and you would think it's the most like fattening, sweet thing, whatever. Like I was hungry like 2 hours later. Like their food is like very like I don't know if it's organic's the right word, but like it's very like rich and like whatever like it's supposed whatever food is supposed to be, huh?
Pure.
Yeah, it's pure. Like it's not like processed. It's not like a lot of like whatever that we have in here. So like I could eat like a dog there, and like I was losing weight though. Like it wasn't like I wasn't exercising. I wasn't running. It was a lot of walking though. I'll say that because like there's not like cars aren't as like whatever as here is, but still like what I'm saying. I wouldn't like I work out like 5 days a week here. And like I don't see the same progress that I would see there with no working out, right? So it's like I think they do it by kilograms. So I was like what I forget what I was, but I just know that I checked the scale. I was like, damn, like I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and you could see it, so you could see yourself too. But yeah, that's the one. But France was amazing. The Eiffel Tower and stuff like that. You don't like you see stuff like on social media and stuff. You don't realize like, damn, this joint is huge. Like,
is it really that big?
Yeah, like so we take the elevator to the top. And then, but we walked down because I think the elevator broke down or something.
Walk down,
right? The elevator broke down, or like they were like because they come and go. Like,
thank you.
Yeah. But there's like hundreds of people that come, so it's like you have pause, but you you have to wait for what's it called? Like the elevator to all the way down and come all the way back up, and then there's a line. I was like, bruh. By the time like this comes up 3 or 4 times, we could have just went down. Yeah. And then it wasn't hot. It was raining, but it wasn't that cold either. So me and my uncle were like, yeah, let's just walk down. Like you can see, it's a good view too as you go down. I was recording and stuff, so I was like, why not?
How long was the walk down?
15 minutes, 20 minutes. Like if you're like at like our age, like it wouldn't take you more than 20 minutes to go down. Up is the more like like more whatever part. Going down is never that bad, but yeah, so it was like 20 minutes, good views. The lighting was so I was there when it went because at night it turns into like the glittering part. So I was there for it to like when it
turned on. I've seen TikToks about this. Those are pretty cool.
So I made a TikTok, like the J or was it Kanye, whatever it is, like I'm in Paris or whatever, like. Yeah, so I made that TikTok when it turned on, bro. That was sweet, but yeah, Paris probably my favorite place. Weird people, but good place. Weird, huh? They're a little racist. I'll be honest. They're a little racist, or like they just don't like. It's not even racist actually. They just don't like people that aren't from France. That's what it is. If you can't speak French people yeah. If you can't, they're very sophisticated. I'll say that too. So yeah,
I was right. Okay.
What? Oh, about
that's
France?
Exactly
Your
what
assumption? Yeah.
What is something traveling has taught you about people or the world?
That's a good question. I think culture. I think we take culture for granted here. Because I think like we like you go to like New York or you go to Cali and you assume LA culture, New York culture, even DMV culture, and like while it is true, it really isn't that different like LA to here. It really just is how people project it. Like we might be very like one thing people say about Cali, for example, is like they're very fake nice. Like they'll be very like
I hear that a lot about Cali.
But like some people might appreciate that, right? But then you come to DC and everyone's actually just mean. Like everyone's just whatever. But like to be honest with you, would you rather prefer someone be fake nice to you but then talk about you behind your back, or just show like they don't like you, right? So it's like whatever you prefer. Like it's really just a preference thing in America. But then you go to like London and then you go to like France and you go to Puerto Rico and you go to like whatever, and you see that like everyone is so different and like they're really really is just America. And then it's like Puerto Rico is a little different. It is America, but it's like a little different, like the culture and stuff like that. And you go to like UK and it's like wow, like we're both like someone like was like I think I was talking on the phone in London and someone came up to me and was like, where are you from? I was like America, but like yeah, like but where? And he was like, I was like Maryland. He's like, oh wow, I'm from New Jersey. I could tell. But it was like I've lived here for like 20 years, so he had an accent and everything. But like he's like, yeah, I'm from Jersey and whatever. Like I was like, yeah, that's crazy. Like the fact that you knew that I was American just by looking at me. Like he didn't really hear me too much, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it's like, do we really stand out like that? And like, can we pick up people from like where they're from and stuff? It was just like an interesting like just like thing you could tell about people, I guess, when you go from different places. Even Jamaica, they like the like Ethiopia, like the Rasta, like Haile Selassie and stuff like that. Like they're very into that culture. So we just look black, right? So like we were like walking on the beach and somebody stopped. He's like, where are you from? We're like, Maryland, like USA, DC. He's like, no, what country? Oh, Ethiopia. He's like, oh, my brother, I knew it.
My brother.
Yeah.
Boom.
You feel me? So All good vibes.
Good vibes.
Have y'all been to Jamaica?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I'd love to. Though.
But yeah, so it's like stuff like that where like, you know, you can really like, even Ethiopia. I've never been to Ethiopia, but like you can really like, you know what I'm saying, like see it through me, like how I look, and you can also see I'm from America or whatever. So it really is just interesting to like learn more about people, like traveling. That's really honestly like one of the best parts, besides like wherever you go, right? But like one of the best parts about traveling.
That is very like. Round of applause.
Appreciate it.
That's good.
Thank you.
Okay. Last two questions.
Okay.
We're gonna wind down. We're gonna give some people some advice or like just a vision of the future. So what do you hope people walk away feeling after watching your content?
My goal, honestly, like what I want people to take away is that no matter what you want to do, no matter how hard it seems to get, no matter what situation you're in, is that if you're passionate about something, then like you should chase it. Like you should really like, whether it's videos, like whether it's like one thing like going back to like the college thing was, I didn't want to go to college, and I've seen this in people. I didn't want to go to college and then at the end of my 4 years be like, what did I just do? Or like what was the point of everything? You know what I'm trying to say? And I've seen people like graduate and like they graduate and they could find a job, they could do whatever, but they're not happy. And they're not like, the whole point of life, besides like, you know, living your life in the image of God, is to really, it really is to like be fulfilling, like to fulfill whatever it is like that God called you to be. Not like, I don't know for sure that God called me to be a content creator or to like whatever, but I know God called me to like, to push people to like, to influence people to do what it is that they love to do. So whatever it is, if you want to be a priest, if you want to fly planes, if you want to, whatever it is, just go and do it. Like life is too short to be sitting here talking about some like, oh, I'm scared if someone's going to see me on TikTok and Instagram, or I'm scared of like, well, I'm not going to skydive, but if you want to, you know what I'm saying? If you want to fly, like you got to learn how to parachute. Like they're going to make you do stuff like certain things. I'm too scared
to fly. You got to learn how to parachute.
I'm pretty sure like you have to know how to like use a parachute, like jump out of a plane, right? There's just no way you can be a pilot and not know how to jump out of plane.
Oh, I thought that was like an analogy. Oh, I was reading too deep into that.
Oh. No, that wasn't that deep.
I was like, wow, this dude is actually cooking.
That's actually funny.
Go fly, learn how to parachute.
Yo, you was logged. You was too deep. You were in too deep.
I was just watching it happen, but I was like, he's gonna pick up soon.
I didn't pick up.
I said the second time. I was like, wait, what is he talking about?
I understood that. That's how you interpret it.
Their brains are a different size.
I'm so dead. But yeah, at the end of the day, bro, like, you know, I've had conversations with people and like people like, you know, friends and family have like, yo, like, you know what's crazy? Like, I'll tell this story. I used to work at Starbucks and I hated working at Starbucks. I'm not gonna cap. That's one of my least favorite jobs of all time. But with that being said, though, like I was at the cashier, like whatever, and I'm bringing somebody out, and I was like, "Oh, your total is like whatever." He's like, "I love your voice," and I was like, "Pause. Wait. Was that really that crazy?"
Like, what do you mean by that?
Now, like, I was confused too, but mind you, I
love your voice.
It was 7:15 a.m. in the morning. He's getting a large venti pipe, whatever, and I'm just like, thank you. He's like, nah, like you should do radio, like you should do something like whatever. You should do voice acting.
You do have like a
broadcast voice.
Yeah,
like I get that all the time, and like that's what I'm talking about. Where like random people, I have like random interactions with people. Like, I love your voice. Like that's the one thing that I get all the time. Where it's like, you know, I've like, it's like maybe a sign from God. Like that's what I be thinking about. But like I also don't put too much energy into thinking of like random events, right? But still, it's like, I love your voice. You should do this, whatever. And I'm just like, So he left. I gave him his coffee, whatever. He left, and I started thinking about it. I was like, I don't want to be here. And like this is in college, but like, like dad, like I want to be doing whatever it is with my voice. Like I want to act. I want to whatever. Like I want to, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, yo, you're going. Yo, you just didn't see what he did, bro.
Oh wait, no, adjusting the.
He did this, and I was like, but chill. Was crazy. But yeah, long story short, like I was at, mind you, I wasn't like my like full time whatever, but I was like, I don't want to be at Starbucks, bro. I want to be like, you know, if time could be better spent, I'll make content, I'll do videos and whatever. And God has placed me in a position where I'm allowed to do that now freely. So it's like, bro, I'm gonna use my voice. So I'm gonna do that. Like that's basically like what it meant for me. So whatever that means for people, whatever that means for you guys, like that's what I want you guys to take from it. Like whatever it is that God placed you on this earth to do, then align with that and do it. So yeah.
I heavily relate to this. Kind of circles back to what you said in the beginning of the question. When you have something that is like somewhat of an insecurity or something you don't like about yourself,
yeah,
but a passion of yours overrides that.
Yeah.
I forgot who in the Bible was afraid of public speaking, but he was taught to lead or to speak to. Who was it?
It might have been Peter, but I'm not 100% sure. It might have been Peter though.
But for me, typically, I grew up very insecure in my voice.
Yeah.
I didn't like my voice. But I had a passion for podcasting.
Yeah.
So they did override each other.
Yeah.
So it's like little things like that. Definitely is like, I would just call it character development. But
yeah.
No, that was good. That was good.
I appreciate it. You got a good voice too, bro.
Thank you.
Hey.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I like your voice.
It's a compression in the bass. Yeah. You kind of answered the next question, so it takes us to our segment. I don't know if you've been on the pod. Oh, you haven't been on the podcast. I don't know if you've watched the podcast before. Yeah. We do a dive and deliver.
Okay.
So what it is, I love seeing the reactions as I do it. What it is in here.
Okay.
There's, if I can grab it out, there's small pieces of paper.
Okay.
They're questions.
Okay.
You open it up. Some are juicy, some are funny, some are inspirational.
Yeah.
You have to answer it.
I have to answer it.
You have to answer it.
Okay.
I'll pick one out too.
Okay. So we're both going to answer.
We're both going to answer.
Okay, cool.
So close your eyes. You go first.
That's actually so funny. What part of your personality do you hide the most? So that's a good question. Honestly, probably my like not childish side, but like the part of me that likes to have fun. The part of me that like truly like there's a part of me that like nowadays really is only activated with like at like night with like on Friday nights, Saturday nights, but it really is something that like genuinely like that I don't even know. Like it's really hard to get out of me just because of like pre-existing like just fear about like people judging and kind of what we talked about like, you know, on social media and like you don't want to post something because you don't want people to like to see you in this type of way. But like it kind of goes back to like I don't know if I want to show all angles, and we never talked about this, but like part of me does feel like to a certain extent I don't want people to know all about me on social media either. And I want like some of it needs to be like, you know, guarded for like special people, not special people, like, you know, family, friends, even like off camera, like with y'all, stuff like that. Like I want people to know me as a version of like, oh, this is who he is on social media and get to know me. And then you actually, wow, he's actually a really cool person behind the scenes. Right. But I think, yeah, that childish person, like aspect of me where it's like, I can have fun. I could joke. Like I'm goofy. I'm silly, like stuff like that. But people, you know, they tie that with immaturity, which is kind of why I hide it, because it's like,
especially as a man.
Like I think like me personally, like if I do say so myself, I'm a pretty mature person, and like I think for me maturity really kind of ties into like how you behave and act in serious moments or in moments where like you need like, you know, to kind of lock in. That's what it feels like to me, right?
I agree.
But people take it, and if you're a goofy person as a person, right, and then when it's time to lock in, people are just going to assume you can't lock in, or they're going to assume that nah, we can't rely on him for whatever it is that we need to rely on him on. And like, but the thing is, I like to consider myself a reliable person too. So, you know what I'm trying to say? It kind of seems like it doesn't mesh, but I really do, kind of going back to like opening yourself up more and stuff like that. I do want to eventually kind of, you know, maybe little by little open that up a little bit, but that's probably what I hide the most. Yeah.
Okay.
What did you say?
I'm kind of scared. Okay. Have you ever stalked someone's profile so hard you accidentally liked an old post?
I'm so glad I didn't get that. Oh my God.
Yes, I have. Yes. Oh my gosh, my reaction. I remember what I said. Oh. Turn the phone off, turn it around. I remember who the person's name, first, last name, everything. This is a long time ago.
Yeah.
This isn't what I do now. I don't stalk people. Not on Fridays.
Not on Fridays.
But wow, I didn't even know this was in there. I made these. Wow, you got lucky.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get that one. Oh my God.
Okay, that was the dive and deliver segment. Thomas, you having a good time?
Great time.
Great time.
Yeah. OD.
I'm glad you were here. This was a great episode.
Appreciate it.
Beautiful episode.
Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you joining the podcast. I think a lot of people would benefit from what you said.
I hope so. Yeah.
Inspirational. Even off camera, guys. This guy's an amazing dude. Check out all of his socials down in the description below. Everything linked. If you guys agree with what we said, if you disagree with what we said, let us know in the comments down below. We're gonna debate. That's the. We can do it now. We got someone that is down. I'm down too. We're gonna do it down. Pause. But I think that's all that's needed to be said. Yeah, I said socials down below. Check them out. And without further ado, thank you guys for watching the Brief Type podcast. I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.
See you.